Hey, good morning. Thought I'd do a quick follow-up on NIL just to kind of show the disparity between what they make at the NCAA level, the amount of money coming in, and the amount of money that's available for these NIL deals. There's been some pushback lately on college athletes getting paid for endorsements, but God, when you look at the numbers, there is money there for these athletes, and you've got to start taking care of them a little bit better than we have been, especially on the back end, the healthcare. When they leave the sport, they're damaged and they're kind of on their own at that point. So now look at this. Where my money? Where my damn money? There's enough to go around. So if you don't already have Open Doors bookmark, that's a good site to have. They do a lot of the NIL deals, and they'll do some kind of educational stuff for you as well, kind of keep you up to date with stats, who's making what at the college level for these name, image, likeness deals. So it's good to bookmark if you haven't done it already. But Open Door said for July 2021, the first month when the floodgates really opened, the average NIL deal for D1 was $471. It's not bad. It'll get you a couple of pizzas and some beer. Division II, the average deal was around $81, and for Division III, average deal size was around $47. So again, it's just pizza and beer money. There's obviously going to be the outliers that are making a ton of cash, but on average, it's not a ton of money coming in. Could change over time, but we'll see how that goes. But just sort of keep the disparity in mind on this next slide. This is something I talked about in my last CLE earlier this year on California and athlete agents. This is the amount of crazy money that's coming in at the NCAA level. So 2016, the NCAA signed a deal with CBS, $8 million for March Madness, multi-year deal. 2017, they signed a deal with ESPN for college football playoffs, multi-year deal, $7 billion. So $8 billion for basketball, $7 billion for college football. There's a lot of money coming into the NCAA for this kind of stuff. So $47 or $471 for NIL deals for college athletes, not something to worry about too much. And this was kind of interesting. So this is about 10 years ago, Drexel University did a study, and they said that just the average D1 hoops player for the guys, his fair market value to that school is $265K. If you're making $100,000 in scholarship money, you're still coming up short if the market value is $265K. So yeah, it's good to get that scholarship. Room and board is paid for, all that kind of good stuff, but there's still kind of a gap between what the fair market value is for the player versus what's getting brought in for the school. And these the guys and the women that get these scholarships, it is a full-time gig. It's more than a full-time job. It's a 65-hour work week during the season. You got to be in class full-time. That's 15 hours, probably 2 hours of study hall per class. So that's another 30 hours on top of that. And then 20 hours of athletics. That's 20 hours of practice and game time. That does not include voluntary workouts. It does not include the flight from UCLA down to Miami. It's strictly for that time on the field, practicing in games and mandatory compliance meetings. So they're working for it. And that's a lot of time that takes away from what they could be doing in college to, work on scholarships and networking. It is a full-time job, and you're devoted to that year round. So just kind of keep these numbers in mind. The NIL deals, small amount of money right now for the most part. And there's a ton of cash coming in at the NCAA level. So we're starting to see some pushback, but just kind of keep these numbers in mind as we go along. They got to do right by these student athletes, and this is one way to get it done. Hope that helps. Questions or comments down below. Let me know what you think about NIL and what direction you think this is headed.